English teacher Pot 44. Visual learners. The visual learners learn by watching, seeing, or imagining. They tend to prefer the visual arts and often think in pictures based on descriptions. Visualizing or imagining information as it is presented. Visual disorder may distract these learners who tend to be quiet, neat, orderly, and well planned and organized. Many focus on details rather than on a whole task, doodling or finding something to watch during a presentation. They remember faces rather than names and may need to write facts down in order to recall them. Auditory learners. Auditory learners learn through listening and talking. They particularly enjoy talking even to themselves. When learning, they may vocalize silently, sometimes moving their lips or even humming. They like listening to plays and dialogues, but avoid long description. They remember names but may forget the faces. They tend to focus on the whole, sometimes missing details, may choose to solve problems by taking them through. They prefer music to the visual arts, but extraneous sounds may distract them. Kinesthetic and tactile learners are some people who learn best through the physical processes of touching or moving. Tactile learners learn by touching or manipulating objects, and kinesthetic learners by making a prescribed set of movements, performing a procedure for themselves. These learners are action-oriented, remembering information better when they can be physically involved in learning process. They may be poor listeners, for they may tend to fidget, seem to need more often, and they may supplement their words with gestures. They often respond to music by moving and want to touch pictures or sculptures. Learners' diversity. As you observe your students' learning modality, preference, you will discover and learn that learner diversity is an important reality of the classroom experience. Learner diversity means that no single curriculum or way of teaching works equally well for everyone. Thus, all learners in a classroom do not always benefit from the conventional instructions, for learners respond differently to different instructions as they fit from the conventional instructions. For learners respond differently to different instruction approach. Biological development characteristics make some learner open to a given teaching method or others not. Some researchers stress the importance of recognizing and adapting teaching strategies to accommodate a variety of learning styles. The University of Alabama also maintains that matching or teaching the learning style consistently increases academic achievement, improves attitudes towards the school, and reduces the discipline problem. There are two ways to achieve such a match. Number one, match teachers with the students who have similar personalities. Number two, have teachers pick teaching methods that correspond to the student's learning style. Promoting style flex. There you will find it helpful to identify and foster your students' preferred learning styles. It is not realistic for you always to try match instruction and individual strength of the students' preferences, for although each person has unique ways. Well, for example, you can match teaching and learning styles. Well, we've got a case study here that explains the Robert Sternberg, 1990, a professor of psychology and education at Yale, observes that styles of learning and thinking are every bit as important as levels of ability. We ignore students' thinking styles at our peril and theirs. Wherever possible, most people choose style of managing themselves with which they are comfortable. Any subject can be taught in a way that is congruent with any style as we comprehend it and apply it. Well, we need to motivate our students. So motivating the students.